Sri Radhe.
Yeah. This is Kartik class 2024, discussing Krishna KARNAMRITA by Babaji Thakur. We're discussing a new verse 28, and this series of verses from 27 to 30 are explaining Radharani speaking in a mode of repentance because she's separated from Krishna during the rasa dance, and she's lamenting that Krishna left all the gopis and also left her, and she's in a repentant mood, feeling sorrowful that why Krishna left me. And so these verses are all spoken Radharani remembering Krishna's beauty and form. So we heard 27, and now this is 28 and 29. This whole mood goes on to verse 30, the mood of repentance and lamentation. This is all part of Radharani's Mahabhav, ecstasy and separation. But this is text 28. Astoka smita baram ayata aksham nishena stanam ritam vraja ganadibi nisima stavakita nilakanti daram drishyasam tribhuvana sundara mahaste. Radharani is saying, Krishna, you're the most beautiful person, most radiant, beautiful person in all the three worlds, Sri Bhuvana, Bhuvara. The translation, Radharani said, "O Krishna, please let me see your radiant divine body, which is the most magnificently beautiful in all of the three worlds. Your continuous smiles and your long, wide, large eyes." She wants to see that. And you're always being tightly embraced. The milkmaids.
Gopis.
The gopis of Vrindavan are always tightly embracing you to their breast. And you are an endless flood of bluish effulgence, like a cluster of blue lotus flowers. Excuse me. It's a nice game, but it's a little distracting. Just sit on your hands or fold them or something. She was playing. So, it's very nice Radharani's describing Krishna. Nilakanti Dharam, he's holding a very blue radiance, effulgent Nilakanti Dharam, and she wants to see that, and then talks about his glances, the word Dharam means heavy, it says bearing. He's continuously glancing here and there with his wide, large eyes. And the commentary, all the acharyas describe why Radharani is saying Krishna's eyes are large and why everything. So we'll get into that commentary now. The commentary is by Ananta Babaji Maharaj. This continuation of Radharani's talks in madness is called Chitra Jalpa, which is the aspect of Divyamad Mahabhav. When Radharani is also with Krishna, she feels Mahabhav, and more pronounced when she's in separation from Krishna. And there's another translation here that's basically the same. Verse 28, O Krishna, the idea is Radharani speaking this, or it can also be a sadhaka, said, when will I see your soft, sweet smile, large eyes, and resplendent, radiant body that is most beautiful in the entire creation? Your body radiates innumerable innumerable flower bouquets of blue brilliance, and the damsels of Braj, that's Brajaganadibi, embrace it tightly. That's nicer translation, but it's not very specific. First one I read is more specific, to the point. So, as Krishna Scholars pointed out before, he points out again in this commentary that this is one of 4 verses, verse 27 through 30, which describe Radharani's mood of repentance. Because she feels what she's thinking. Krishna left all the other gopis and took Radharani, so she didn't have much to think about then. she was happy with that. Didn't have to think of it. She was with the object of her love, Krishna, and she was alone with him, and she was shown greatest honor, and Krishna chose her over every other gopi. So she was happy in heart, in mind, and body, everything. But then Krishna left her. Then she said, whoa. Why did he leave me? I'm so great. I'm the best. I'm number one. Then so she's really have a lot of doubts in her mind, and what is it? Something in me? Is it something in him? Is it the weather? It's the season. It's the time of day. Why he left me? So she's not very happy. These are very sad verses. Radharani's in a very unhappy mood. So we have to kind of come in Radharani's heart and enter that mood that she's feeling. And she speaks all different kinds of talks. Some of them are criticizing Krishna. Some verses she speaks are criticizing herself. Sometimes she's blaming Krishna. Sometimes she's blaming herself. But the end result is they're not together. And that's always a sad time when the lover is separated from the beloved. So, Krishna's Kaviraj says that sometimes when Radharani is separated from Krishna, she gets a momentary vision of him. She gets the spurti of him, of Krishna, and feels some relief. It's like seeing someone you love in a dream. You wake up, oh, that was nice. Like your guru or your husband or wife or whatever. So then after she lost that vision, she became extremely desperate and desolate and unhappy in madness of divine love. So Radharani felt, what did Radharani feel? Radharani felt that Krishna left her because she had been disrespectful towards him. Because Krishna also has man. The word man means self-respect, my personal dignity. I dare you offend me. So women want to be respected by their lovers, and the lovers want to be respected by their beloveds. So Radharani doesn't like when Krishna's not showing respect to her by clearly running off with another gopi. So then that's not too respectful. That's totally ignoring her and neglecting her. So she becomes unhappy. So in this particular verse, in this circumstance in Ras Leela, Radharani, Krishna left Radharani, and she's lamenting in separation and feeling repentant. And this verse, Krishna's Kaviraj comments, she's trying to find a reason why did Krishna leave me? Did I show disrespect to him? So she's feeling highly repentant when she speaks verse 27 through 30 of Krishna KARNAMRITA. So this particular verse embodies a type of mad talk called Chitra Jalpa, which Rupa Goswami describes in Ujjvala Nilamani, and this talk is called Sujalpa. These are all technical terms that describe different types of emotional talks due to certain loving exchanges between the lover and beloved, namely Radha and Krishna. So he cites an example of Sujapa from Brahma Gita in 47th chapter of the 10th canto of Bhagavatam. Radharani is talking to a honeybee and asks the bee, "Oh, lovely bee." Now she's speaking very respectful to the bee because she's feeling a little guilty. Maybe Krishna left me because of me. So before, we heard other verses of Brahma Gita where Radharani's not saying, "Oh, lovely bee, say you dirty dog." You're drunken scoundrel, she had a different idea about the honeybee. Now, "Oh, lovely bee, you're so nice, bee, you buzz so sweetly, I love you." Is Aryaputra, she never, when Radharani talks to the bee in Brahma Gita, she never once says the name Krishna, Shyam Sundar, Govinda, Govinath. She says, "Oh, Bumblebee, you're from that guy in Mathura?" Aryaputra means the son of a religious mother and father. Arya civilization. "Oh, lovely bee. Is Aryaputra in Mathura?" Any pious religious person, daughter or son, can be called Aryaputri or Aryaputra. That can be anybody in Mathura. So Bumblebee say, "I think I know who you're talking about." But it's like saying, like asking someone who comes from Mathura, "How's everybody in Mathura?" I don't know, I guess we're okay. Usually ask them about a specific person. You came around, "Oh, did you see so-and-so? Did you meet so-and-so?" So now she says, "Does that Aryaputra, does he remember his mother and father's house?" So Radharani is indirectly trying to get the honeybee, to speak something, hopefully about her. But she's has some pride mixed in her humility. So she said, "Oh, is he talking? Does he remember Yashoda Baba, Nanda Baba, and Nanda? And is he talking about Subal and Sridham? Does he ever mention us?" She mentions herself last. It's obvious that Radharani is holding on to some pride also. "Oh, he's talking about his mother and father, friends, anything about us?" But that's really what she wants to hear. But she wants to make it sound like I'm not that interested. This women's psychology is very mystifying. I was just saying to one devotee, I'm glad I have female disciples because they're teaching me about feminine mentality. Because I have to develop feminine mentality to become a manjari servant of Radharani. Because their women clocks tick differently. My hour hand's on 6, their hour hand's on 7. My second hand is on 30 seconds, theirs on 45 seconds. So that's why Krishna himself in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Lord Chaitanya says, "Radharani is my praying guru." Even Krishna doesn't understand women. So I'm not the only one. It's a tough lesson to learn. I mean, 50 years I've been studying as a devotee. I don't know anything. I really don't. Well, then she says, so this very humble mood Radharani has. When will that Aryaputra put his hand on our heads once again? So in this verse, Ananta's comments, Krishna's comments on this verse, which he quoted in his commentary on the KARNAMRITA, Radharani is actually asking, is Aryaputra now Mathura? Does he remember his mother and father, it's Gopal and his friends. She does not mention herself. This expresses Radharani's seriousness. In other words, Krishna's Kaviraj is analyzing. Krishna's Kaviraj is analyzing Radharani's talk in Brahma Gita as part of his commentary to describe different what they call Sanchari Bhavas or Vyavachari Bhavas, like Dainya Bhav and Otsutkya, and what else does he say? Otsutkya Bhav and Utkantita Bhav. So he's analyzing Radharani's talk because this verse 28 of Karnamrita also contains these type of sub-moods and sentiments which are mixing around Radharani's amorous attachment and love to Krishna. So he's breaking down this verse from Brahma Gita and by describing the Sanchari Bhavas for this verse, which is why we study Rasa Tattva. So when we read the Gita, so the 10th canto of Bhagavatam, we can understand the different moods and meditations and sentiments being exchanged and try to make those our own sentiments and try to approach the feelings of those. That's just so essential to study Rasa Tattva. So we study Bhakti Rasa Sindhu very minutely in Ursula Lamani and have classes, etc. So the phrase, because in this verse 40, chapter 47, 10th canto, chapter 21, Radharani says to the honeybee from Mathura, Krishna's messenger, does he remember his maidservants? Does he ever talk about us? Because what she said in the verse, does he ever ask about us dasis? So she's the queen of Vrindavan. She's not a dasi. She's Vrindavaneshwari. She's the queen of Vrindavan. But in this humble state of lamentation and repentance and separation from Krishna, she feels she's just a dasi. So she asks the bumble, the honeybee, does he remember us dasis here in Vrindavan? And when will he put his hand on our head? Because what do masters do? Masters bless their servants by putting the hand on the head. What do gurus do? Gurus always bless their disciples, put the hand on the head. Maybe they want to slap them in the face, but sometimes the disciple needs a slap, but they don't. They just, tolerate it. And, okay, that's the way you are. So they, okay, bless you, but I want to crack you. Cracking is also necessary, but it's, 2024, you get arrested. Because the guru or jail. So this thing, when she's saying, when we put his hand on her head, because Krishna puts his hand on Radharani, everywhere on Radharani except her head. You can understand what that means. So what's Radharani saying here? So Kasturi Manjari, Krishna's Kaviraj said she's expressing humility here. I'm not really Vrindavaneshwari. I'm not really number one lover of Krishna. I'm just one of the dasis of Vrindavan. So this is humility, Dainya Bhav, Sanchari Bhav. And now she says, will he hold his, first Radharani said, does he ever talk about his maidservant? This expresses humility. Then she says, when will he come back and hold his hand on her head? This expresses Radharani's patience. This patience is, what is patience? Dainya. No, that's humility.
Darya.
Utsa, Nishra, Darya Bhav. Patience. What do you say?
Sahana.
That's right. I find Sanskrit word. Okay. And eagerness, Utkanta. So she went, when's he coming up? What's Arya doing? Doing some sideshow here? This is part of Uttani Kadasi, Hindu Dharma. You're supposed to welcome the devatas into your house. So it's very interesting. You have a mala across the front gate, and then you're supposed to paint rangoli decorations, auspicious mandalas and decorations on the ground to welcome them. And then you draw the footprints. You draw footprints. It's interesting that they do. They draw footprints with chalk or colored powdered earth outside your door, footprints pointing into your door, into your front gate. Then your house gate, they paint footprints going out. So I don't know if he's doing that, but usually every year he does that. He has great fun. He likes all this stuff. He likes all these Hindu rituals. But himself is a Muslim. That's the beauty of Braj. Everybody becomes, anybody who lives here, takes birth here, they have one religion. Like one time, I'll tell you a story, I was on Vrindavan Prikrama. I saw someone who I know is Shaivite, who lives in Vrindavan. Many worshippers of Shiva live in Vrindavan. And he was walking, and I was young in those days. I walked past. I was walking past him, and I saw him, and I said, "Oh, Namo Shivaya." I thought, because he's Shiva Bhakta, Rudrakshas everywhere, and horizontal tilak and the whole thing. So I walked by. I said, "Oh, Namo Shivaya." He looked at me and said, "Jai Radhe." I said, "Oh, excuse me, Jai Radhe." So everybody in Vrindavan, no matter who they are, whether Shaivite or Muslim or Christian, everybody says Jai Radhe. The ultimate accepts that Radha and Krishna are tops, So without even, he does all these things, these Hindu things. Diwali, he's the first one to light all the candles and lights everywhere. So it's nice ego. So this verse, Krishna's verse, says, these verses from Bhagavatam, which he quoted one of them, express Radharani's gravity. Her dira means dira. So dira means gravity, her humility, her dainya, impatience, otsuka, and eagerness. In this order. So this verse, verse 27, 28, 29, and 30 of Krishna KARNAMRITA are all expressing these same bhavas. So these bhavas we have to have. We have to have some gravity, some humility, some impatience, and eagerness. Eagerness means you really want something, and impatient means you can't wait. The eagerness means we want darshan of Krishna, we want to attain Krishna, we want Krishna to put prema in our heart, and we can't wait for it. We want that, we're eager for that, and our eagerness translates into impatient activity. We're just impatient, we're just all the time engaged in bhakti bhajan. So now, because there's a verse here that describes Krishna's beauty, it says, Nishesha, which means no limit, there's no limit, he's infinitely beautiful, immensely sweet. So that's why Krishna's Kaviraj has said Radharani is glorifying Krishna in separation and really using very extreme adverbs to describe Krishna's beauty, because he's really missing him. When you're really missing someone, then you start to appreciate every little detail, every little aspect of their personality and their form and their activities that you shared with them. And you remember that, and they become so much prominent in your mind and heart when you remember them in separation. So she's saying, the verses, she said, Tribhuvana Sundara Mahaste, he's the most beautiful person in the three universes. I mean, the three worlds, Bhu Swa, Bhuloka, Swargaloka, and all over the place. I mean, she's really feeling humble and really missing Krishna. You say, Like we say sometimes, we have a phrase in English, you're 1 in a million. But Radha is saying you're 1 in 3 universes. That's like really humble appreciation of Krishna. So Radharani, he's saying, Ishwari Radharani, she's saying, Krishna has rejected me and gone away. And she's really missing him. So then Srimati is saying, you may ask me as they're seeing me. No, wait a second. The Natas describes 3 points here in this verse. The Radharani is bringing out appreciation. Sri Krishna, 1, 2, 3. 1. He's the most handsome person in all creation. His soft smile enchants everyone, and his glances are very much full of mischief. Mischievous glances. So now, as per his standard, Ananta quotes various poets, kavis that write Bengali poetry, usually is Bengali, which are translated in English. But these Bengali poets are devotees of Radha and Krishna, and they have a way of poetically and beautifully depicting Radha and Krishna's leelas and forms and exchanges. So the idea of being a guru of Rag Marg, which Ananta Babaji is the whole world's primary guru of Raganuga Bhakti for the Gaudiya Sampradaya in the modern age. His books are quoted and taught by even other gurus even today. He understands what he's trying to do as a guru is to give us all Gopi Bhav. What is the Bhav? What is the emotions, the sentiments, the feelings of a Gopi? And so poetry is all about emotions. Poetry is all about sentiments and hearts. Poetry means the heart of love. So he understands, he means Ananta Babaji Maharaj, Sri Ananta Babaji, understands that these poems are condensed forms of Gopi Bhava. So he's always quoting them as purports to stress the importance of these poems. But the English translation isn't very proper representative. But we should understand how much important poems by our Rasikacharyas are. So we have 2 primary collections of poetry. We have 3 actually. Maybe we have more. But what I know of Stavavali, which is a collection of poems of Raghunath Das Goswami, and Stavamala, which is Rupa Goswami's collection, and another collection called Padyavali, which is by Rupa Goswami, and some of the most rasic poems full of rasa samagri, different aspects of rasa in these poems, and different feelings and sentiments of rasa and bhav. But containing these poems in Padyavali have no author. We don't even know who wrote them. But Rupa Goswami, he appreciated they're very important and very necessary for Rag Bhakti, because Lord Chaitanya directly empowered Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami to reveal and to write about and to teach Raganuga Bhakti. And indirectly, he empowered Jiva Goswami through the relation with Rupa Goswami. But Madhya Lila Chaitanya Charitamrita has the personal teachings on Raganuga Bhakti of Lord Chaitanya to Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. And indirectly his teachings to Ramananda Roy. Because Ramananda Roy acted like a parrot to teach about Rag Bhakti and Braj Tattva through the medium of Lord Chaitanya asking questions, and from the heart of Ramananda Roy he gave the answers which came out of the mouth of Ramananda Roy. But the actual teaching are Lord Chaitanya's teaching. perfect teachings. So how to appreciate, how now Ananta Babaji describes how the Brajagopis appreciate Krishna's beauty. So he quotes these poems. This one is these two poems by Ganadath. Some great Gaudiya Vaishnava. Beauty is the nature. Krishna is naturally beautiful. And he's full of all arts and talents. Our beloved Krishna is the king of experts. Oh, this is, you can say Radharani is speaking this verse. Radharani or some gopis. As soon as I saw Krishna's youthful form, an unseen flower-tipped arrow pierced my heart. What's that? That's the poet's way of saying, I became lusty after Krishna. Flower-tipped arrow. Because what do we say in Kamakashu? There's Pushpa Bana. Bana means arrow, Pushpa means flower. So Krishna has 5 flower arrows, which are differently described, but his form, his voice, his flute, his fragrance of his body, his touch, his taste of his lips and taste of his love, intoxicates, makes everyone mad. You imagine you're massaging Vishnu's feet in Vaikuntha. You hear a flute. Your name is Lakshmi. And you immediately jump up like you saw a cobra and start running. And Vishnu said, whoa, wait, whoa. Where are you going? I'm gone, man. You know what? And she left. He came to Vrindavan. He said, I'm coming too. So he in his own way. He didn't make it to Vrindavan, he made it to Dwarka. He got a little late. By the time he recovered, when Lakshmi left Vaikuntha, Vishnu became stunned. He didn't recover until Krishna was in Dwarka. Because Lakshmi went to Vrindavan to start doing tapasya to get Krishna, and Krishna left. went to Mathura Dwarka, and then Vishnu finally got the idea, my wife's been gone for 100 years. It's only a few moments of his time, because she's been gone for 100 years, 120 something, almost 120 years, after that Krishna. So he came down here, he said, I have to go to Vrindavan and find my wife. Well, on his way, he found out on the news or something that Krishna was in Dwarka. So he went to Dwarka and tried to figure out how to have darshan of Krishna. And that's described in 10th canto. He stole the sons of a Brahmin, the whole thing. And then Arjuna and Krishna went to Vaikuntha, and Vishnu finally got darshan of Krishna, but not Vrindavan Krishna. Because Vrindavan Krishna can only be seen fully in Gopi Rup and Madhurya Rati, Sringar Rati of the Gopis. Lakshmi Devi had a Gopi Rup, almost like a Gopi Rup. She had a female Rup, and she had Madhurya Rati, but she didn't have Sringar Rati. She didn't have the bhav of the Gopis. Because she couldn't dance with Krishna Rasa dance, couldn't embrace him. So although she had Siddha Deya, but not Siddha Bhava. So this Gopi, who's Radharani, describes more about Krishna. Krishna's face is more beautiful and radiant than the moon. His top knot is shaped like, I don't know. Anyway, on his hair, it is tied into a knot on top of his head. there's a peacock feather, which resembles a rainbow and looks very wonderful. His brilliant fingernails are like lightning flashing on his fingers. What to speak of his radiant body? I have drowned in the ocean of pastime, and joy has overwhelmed my heart. That's the poet. When I see the beauty of Krishna, my eyes forget to blink, and my heart becomes overjoyed. Even without touching me, Krishna gives me the treasure of Parasharas, which is Sanskrit for the bliss of touch. Such is Shyam's natural character. Oh Sakhi, Krishna's form is loving and pleasing. Every part of Krishna's body is an ocean of love. Prem Sindhu. The Creator has created Krishna in such a wonderful manner. His Leela have blessed the earth, and he leisurely walks such a sweet way. When we see his sweet glance, and any woman who sees Krishna's sweet glance will start meditating on how it would feel to sleep with him. This is a pretty interesting poet. That's the first time I ever read that. I mean, I read these books for 50 years. I don't remember coming across this. That's an amazing idea. This is I'd like to see this in Bengali or Sanskrit. When any woman sees his glance, she starts meditating on how it would feel to sleep with him. Okay, that's a very deep and amazing perception that this rustic poet has of how beautiful Krishna is. And this is so much Madhurya Amras Ras. Krishna has stolen my heart, and I become agitated when I don't see him. Even while dreaming, Krishna is never away from me. The poet Ganadas says, how will it be when our bodies actually unite with each other? This is really an intimate poet, this Ganadas. So now Ananta's comments, the internal meaning is this. The poet means this devotee is Ragamai Bhakta, is praying in his siddha. In other words, he's praying as a Sakhi in Sakhi Bhav. And Sakhi wants to love Krishna and be with Krishna. This is not Manjri Bhav, but it's Sakhi Bhav. So when will I behold what he's saying? He's rephrasing what the poet said. When will I, as a Sakhi, behold Krishna's beautiful face, which is abounding with soft smiles and wide open eyes, attracting me to the flower grove, to the kunja. So now it's time to hear the external viewpoint, because that's pretty internal and intimate. So he describes Krishna is interesting, because what we find here in his commentary, there's two major acharyas quoted here. Who are they? Gopal Bhatta Goswami and Krishna's Kaviraj. Both of them have Manjari Swarups in Krishna Lila. Gopal Bhatta Goswami has a Manjari Swarup, Nitya Swarup, as Radharani's Nitya Dasi Kinkari, as Guna Manjari, and Krishna's Kaviraj, the eternal Manjari Rup is named Kasturi Manjari. But when commenting on Krishna Karnamrita, Gopal Bhatta Goswami describes the external viewpoint of a sadhaka, Ragmarg sadhaka, commenting on the viewpoint and approach to this verse. And Krishna's Kaviraj always shows the internal viewpoint. That's, I don't know why, but that's how it's described, and that's how Ananta presents it. So he introduces Gopal Bhatta Goswami's commentary by saying the external meaning is clear from the translation itself. So, because the translation can be taken in two ways: internal, or as a viewpoint of Radharani or Samsaki, or external as a sadhaka aspiring to attain Krishna prema. So, Lila Shuk in Sakhi Bhav is praying to see Krishna embraced very tightly by the gopis of Vrindavan, who are intoxicated with Ras during the Maharaj Lila. He is saying, "Dear Krishna, I want to see your most amazing, gorgeous body that is itself a great celebration. It's an utsav. It's Sundar Utsav. It's a the beauty of Krishna that creates a celebration. His smiling face, his slightly smiling face, is being beautifully shown. In Rasa Lila, Krishna's smiles appear sweetest to the Braja Gopis. Now he quotes Rupa Goswami describing the beauty of Krishna's lotus eyes. Krishna's beautiful smiling eyes immediately increases the passion of the lotus-eyed gopis of Braj. I guess this is all from, I don't know, something Rupa Goswami, not saying where it's from. I wish we had a Bengali, but it's in English. Krishna is beautified with sidelong glances. When he laughs, my heart starts swinging. I have a strong feeling that I want to surrender my youth to Krishna. That's a good idea. Most of us have done that. We're a little late. Most of us surrendered to Krishna when we were 20, 22, 24. It would have been better if we surrendered when we were 10. Started Bhakti. Now he quotes Govinda Das. Kaviraj, Govinda Das Kaviraj. He's very famous. Krishna is so attractive. He looks like a rain cloud full of water. He smiles slightly and expresses his longing through his red-tipped eyes. What did I see today? This is an idea from a Gopi's viewpoint. I saw a charming lover standing beneath the Kali Kadamba tree. On seeing that beautiful man or person, the tears of joy washed away the shyness of my eyes. Because then I don't see it too much nowadays. But when I first came to Vrindavan in 1977, from 77 to 87, maybe even 97, sometimes I was in Vrindavan, I would walk backwards on the Prickle Mark. I wasn't doing backwards Prickle, but I was just going for a walk. I went backwards. That's the way I am. Because why did I do that? Because I wanted to see the face of devotees. Because I realized that what we have to get is bhakti, and bhakti is a very secret thing. It's in the heart of devotees. So I walked backwards, I would look at the devotees. But mostly the devotees are looking at the ground. Some are looking like this. So what I noticed, when I see from 100 meters in the distance, I would see some ladies walking. And they're walking and looking forward. The Indian ladies. Devotees, obviously. And I'm walking up, I'm seeing them, they're seeing me. I'm just looking. And they're looking straight. And as soon as they got about 20 meters in front of me, they looked down. They looked down at their feet, at the ground. And all the way till they walked by me. So then I turned around, because I never saw that in my life before. Because in America, wherever you walk, everybody's looking at everybody. Everybody's on the prowl or on the hunt or whatever, I don't know. So I was, this the first time I saw it, this is culture, this is shyness. So when Radharani was on the planet, when she was here in Prakat Lila, she was from a culture where girls, when they go out in public, they look down. This is described in Govinda Lilamrita. When Radharani leaves her house in Varsana or Yavat and goes out to meet Krishna, her dopats, her veils don't cover her head is covered, and she's walking on the far side of the road. In India, they walk on the left-hand side of the road. So she's not walking near the right side, she's walking on the what we call the shoulder of the road, on the left side, looking down at the ground. When she's walking through the village of Yavat or Varsana, and as soon as she gets in the forest, she's show it. As soon as she gets in the forest, she takes a veil off her head and starts looking everywhere for Krishna, searching for Krishna. So this is a very nice perception Govinda is saying, because ordinarily a woman sees a handsome man under a kadamba tree, it's now, then she'd be like, wow. They walk over and say, hey, can I get your Instagram number? let's exchange Instagram. But so she see that man for this, he's real handsome. Now look, so Govinda understands the mentality of a chaste woman, a chaste lady of India in old age. So she's saying, when I saw that beautiful man, Krishna, I became so happy I started crying. I was so blissful. You can cry when you're happy, and usually cry when you're sad or have bad news or whatever. So tears of joy will wash away the shyness from my eyes. So I'll look at him like anything. That's beautiful. Beautiful, Bob. Beautiful. There's a phrase in the Sanskrit verse, ayata ayata, ayata ayata aksham. Aksham means eyes. Like say chakshu dana dilaye. Chakshu, chakshu means eyes, vision. Ayata ayata means larger. Means Krishna's eyes are getting bigger and bigger all the time. What beauty those eyes are, wide open with love and radiating. Love opens your heart and opens your eyes and makes your mind become small. You don't think anymore. Two things expand by the influence of love. Your eyes and your heart. Your mind shrinks because you forget how to think. They say love is blind. It doesn't mean you physically become blind, it means you mentally become blind. When you love, your eyes are like, and the mother knows right away when the son sits at the dinner table, you got a girlfriend. Son, how's everything in school? Oh, okay. Okay, why aren't you eating so much? No, I don't feel good. Why don't you feel good? And why are your eyes so glossy and expanded? It's obvious. You can't hide the heart. You can hide everything but the heart. When Krishna's in love, his eyes reach his ears. That's pretty wide-eyed. His eyes have become large due to love for the gopis, who have assembled for the Rasa dance. On top of that, the gopis are just displaying hundreds of different babas full of erotic ras. So Krishna is very excited. Now he quotes another song by Govinda Das. This is a gopi speaking. You can think it's Radharani. And maybe it is Radharani, because he's usually speaking from the viewpoint of Radharani, Govinda Das Kaviraj. Krishna's body is attractive like sparkling rain clouds full of loveliness. That's how they translate Lavanya, loveliness. Krishna's dress and dhoti is so alluring. His rose-tipped eyes, reddish eyes, seem to flash lightning all around, burning to ashes all the shyness and dignity and self-respect of respectable ladies. He's burning our chastity to the ground. He's an arson of love. Arson means someone who sets your house on fire. It's called arson, A-R-S-O-N. So he's an arson of love. His eyes will burn up any attachments you have, any shyness you have. Then he says, sweetheart. I don't know what to say. English, Bengali. Ever since I have seen Kana, a host. Oh, okay. This is Govinda Das's way of saying. I'm struck by Cupid. Ever since I saw Krishna, a host of flower-tipped arrows have pierced me, and I can see nothing else but Krishna. The same idea we heard before. When Krishna looked at my face, he smiled. And what happened then? He dropped his flute. So Krishna's smile burns the gopi's shyness to ashes, and Radharani's smile burns Krishna's flute to ashes. Not really, he drops it. If you drop it, you have no power. In other words, it shows because Krishna's power is in his flute, isn't it? What power does it have? It creates women. Not only one, but 16,000. Not only 16,000, 3 billion. Prabhupada Prabhupada said there's 3 billion gopis in the Rasa dance. Just with his flute. That's pretty powerful object. So this flute that Krishna's varnished a piece of wood represents 3 billion gopis. Radharani's one glance, gone. So how powerful is Radharani? Krishna's glances burn up the shyness, but Radharani's smile is much more powerful because Radharani's smile makes Krishna powerless. Vishnu tells Durvasa Muni in 9th canto of Bhagavatam, I am controlled by my devotees. Aham Bhakta Paradino. I am controlled by my devotees. So you better go back to Goswami. You're a mystic rishi. You have all kinds of cities and power, but you don't have the power of love. You don't have the power of praying. The praying Shakti of Amrish, you've offended him. So you have to go back and show expecting that it's mercy, get forgiven for your offense from Bhakti Ambarish. So there, Vishnu Krishna is saying, I am controlled by my devotee. So Radharani's simple smile, returning Krishna's smile, controls Krishna. Krishna controlled by the love of Radharani. That's Radharani's 25th quality, Prem Vasi Bhut. She alone controls Krishna. In general, love controls Krishna, but the biggest lover of Krishna is Radharani. So, Ananta goes on. He quotes the Rasalila chapter 33 conclusion, describing Krishna's beauty during the Rasa dance. So he says, this verse 33, chapter 33, verse 7, describes Krishna's beauty. Krishna's beautiful dark blue color became emerald, became green when he came in contact with the golden complexion of the gopis. So the gopis didn't turn green, Krishna turned green. Because yellow and blue make green. So the gopis are golden, yellow, they come by with Krishna, but they didn't turn green. What does that mean? It means they're more powerful than Krishna. They're, because what is the color of Mahabhav?
Golden.
Color of Mahabhav is Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi. Jai Jai Sri Radhe! Color of Mahabhav is golden. And the color of Shingarati, the Shingarati frame is what color? Dark blue Sham. So why did Krishna become green and Radharani stay golden? Because her Mahabhav completely enveloped Krishna, and he turned green. Shows he became covered, controlled, completely covered over by her Mahabhav. This is why he turned green, and only in the Rasa dance. That's why the Rasa dance is described in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya says, Krishna says, Rasa dance is my favorite pastime. Of all the pastimes, there's no greater pastime than Rasa Lila. That's why it highlights the whole Bhagavatam. There's 355 chapters of the Bhagavatam. They're all told, all those chapters of the Bhagavatam are to bring out the 5 chapters of the Rasa Lila. It's called the Pancha Prana of the Bhagavatam. It's the very life of the Bhagavatam. So this is a very interesting verse, very powerful verse, 10th canto, chapter 33, verse 7. It's the end of the Rasa Lila, 5 chapters of the Rasa dance. Krishna became green. No. Markata. Markata means emerald. Shows the power and influence of Mahabhav. So he had to shake off that green. He shook off that Mahabhav and became Radharani as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. To again understand what is it. I got covered by it. I got absorbed in it. I tasted, I experienced, but I didn't become it. So he had to become Lord Chaitanya. You took the form of Lord Chaitanya to experience directly that Bhav and Kanti of Radharani. Because he's blue, became green. Green means going towards gold. So when Krishna became green, that indicates he's going to become gold as Lord Chaitanya. Because that greenness of Krishna in Rasa Lila is expressing his desire, I want this Mahabhav. So he got the Mahabhav, he got the Kanti of Radharani when he became Lord Chaitanya. That golden color of Mahabhav. So why? Because that's why the distinguishing qualities of Lord Chaitanya is Kanti and his Bhav. So the Bhav has a Kanti, and the Kanti is golden. So it has to, if you want the Mahabhav, you have to get the golden form. Or if you get close to that Mahabharata, which is gold, you get close to it, you'll turn green. So Lord Chaitanya became green. This is a very significant idea. And Tattva. Now he gives Son Goswami's commentary on this Bhagavatam verse about gold, about that. So he quotes one sentence from Vaishnava Toshni commentary of Sanatana Goswami. Well, maybe it's because there's two commentaries that have the same name, just as Vaishnava Toshni. Bhagavan Sri Krishna has gained a beautiful emerald color because he came in contact with the brilliance of the molten gold of the golden complexion of Radharani, gopis. Therefore, Shukadeva Goswami has compared Krishna's complexion to an emerald. That's one meaning, but I gave another interpretation of that also. Now he quotes Alankar Kaustubha to describe how this idea of emerald. And this verse from Alankar Kaustubha describes how Krishna's beauty and the Brajagopi's beauty complement each other. Sri Radhika's, this is what it says, quoted by Ananta Babaji, Sri Radhika's bright golden complexion is making Krishna's blue complexion appear green like an emerald. They reside separately. When they're separately, Radha is pure gold in color and Krishna is pure blue. But when they're together, their splendors mingle and radiate different shades. But Radharani radiates gold and Krishna radiates emerald color. Now is tomorrow. So now is tomorrow. That's a little Buddhistic idea. Now is tomorrow. So we'll continue tomorrow. Jai Jai Sri Radhe.